2021 is almost over, and in this video I want to talk about 5 products to expect for 2022, whether they have already been announced or they are simple rumors at the moment. Let's get started. Alright, so at number 5 we have the XF23mm f1.4 Mark II. So this lens was announced at the last Fujifilm X Summit back in September and was supposed to be released in November of this year. But because of reasons, being COVID and chip shortage, its release was basically postponed to 2022. So this lens will basically be the Mark II version of the 23mm f1.4, and it will, unlike the 33mm f1.4, which coexist with the 35mm f1.4, completely replace the 23mm f1.4 Mark I. So it is supposed to have the same design as the 18 and the 33mm f1.4 with improved autofocus capabilities using linear motors, and will be able to support resolution of up to 40 megapixels. So yeah, I'm quite excited about this lens, and while I don't think I will purchase it because I already have the 18 and the 33, I'm still excited about this lens being announced and released in 2022, and I definitely will want to try it out. So make sure to subscribe for more video about this lens once it gets released. Alright, so at number 4 we have the XF18 to 120mm. So this lens is currently being developed by Fujifilm as an all-around video specific lens. Now there is already a 18 to 135mm lens out there which has linear motor, OIS and WR, right? So Fujifilm really has to show some differentiation between those two lenses to be able to sell it. As they're saying that it will be a video-oriented lens, we can assume that it will have less focus breathing, maybe a more silent autofocus, although the 18 to 135 should be pretty silent already because it has a linear motor. I don't know, I've never tested it, but let me know if you have tested it in the comments. But honestly, I'm not really convinced about this announcement. Of course, we don't have any details yet, right? But I don't see much differentiation between the XF18 to 135 and the XF18 to 120. So maybe they will bring a fixed aperture for video. That would be maybe something that they can do. But at the time, we still have to wait. We don't have enough information to have a verdict yet on this lens. Alright, so at number 3 we have the XF150 to 600mm. Alright, so this lens will basically be the lens with the longest focal length on the Fujifilm lineup. Now, I don't know if you've seen the XF100 to 400, but it's kind of a monster of a lens already, right? So imagining the 150 to 600, this will definitely be a niche kind of targeted lens, right? Whether it's for maybe wildlife photography or for some sports event. I don't think I will purchase that lens because I don't need that really huge reach, right? But I'm kind of excited to see, okay, what kind of lens they will bring for this particular use case, right? And maybe try it out just to have fun with it and see how far we can reach with this lens and maybe some teleconverters on it. So that's an announcement that they also made, and they are currently developing this lens. So let's see if it comes in 2022, as they say. And yeah, maybe we will have an extremely long telephoto lens coming out on the market for the Fujifilm X mount system. Alright, so if you like the video so far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So thank you again. I reached my goal of 1K subscribers for Christmas. So thank you so much for that. And as a new goal for next year, I will try to reach 10K, and I need your help for that. So if you enjoy this type of content and if you want to see more Fujifilm content, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. Alright, so at number 2 we have the 56mm f1.2 Mark II. Alright, so my favorite lens that I do not own anymore is the 56mm f1.2. I love the image produced by this lens. For portraits it's amazing, right? But I had a big problem with it, which was the autofocus rate. It was constantly hunting for video. It was kind of painful because it was acquiring focus every time. So I decided to part ways with it. And when Fujifilm announced the 18mm f1.4, the 23mm f1.4 Mark II and the 33mm f1.4, a lot of people speculated, and there are some rumors out there, right, that the 56mm f1.2 will also get a Mark II. And I think that's one of the announcements that I'm the most excited about, right? If you look at the new lenses announced by Fujifilm, they all have great autofocus rate. The autofocus is really fast, snappy, and it stays on target. Now imagine having such an autofocus with the 56mm f1.2 image quality and compression, and I think that will be one of the best sellers if they release this lens, one of their best sellers all time. So I hope that they will prepare a lot of stocks if they do. If this lens is released in 2022, I will 100% pre-order it and create some content around it. If you want to know more about it in the future, hopefully, finger crossed it's released, then follow this channel and we will talk about it together. Alright, so at number 1 we have the new X-Trans sensor, right? Right now the X-T4 that I'm using to film this video use the same sensor as the X-T3, which was released in 2018, right? And in a world where companies such as Sony or Canon or other competitors update their sensor quite regularly, like every 1-2 years, Fujifilm is a bit late to the party. Now don't get me wrong, their sensor is not bad at all, and it's actually one of the only different sensors on the market, being an X-Trans one. But in September they announced that they are working on a backside illuminated CMOS X-Trans sensor for next year. Now if you don't understand what all those terms mean, I created a video that you can watch right here that will basically help you understand what's going on there. But basically it's a specific type of sensors that allows to have some circuit integrated inside of it and allows buffering, improve low light capabilities, which could allow us to have, for the first time on Fujifilm bodies, capabilities such as 8K 30 or maybe 60, 4K 120, maybe a higher dynamic range, and this could definitely mark the beginning of a new era for the Fujifilm cameras. Additionally, it is rumored right now that the sensor resolution will be about 40 megapixels, which coincides basically with the maximum resolution supported by the new lenses that they are currently releasing. So whether they are releasing a new XH2 or maybe an XT5 in the future, having this kind of new capabilities really will reduce the gap on the market between full frame and crop sensor and bring new kind of capabilities to the Fujifilm bodies, and in doing so to the Fujifilm users, right? And I cannot wait for an official announcement from Fujifilm so that we can, talk more about it and get excited about those new products that are coming next year. Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment which product excites you the most for next year. I'll see you in the next video, thank you for watching and cheers!